A short introduction of the hierarchy. Maslow's hierarchy of needs, developed by Abraham Maslow, is a theory of human motivation often depicted as a pyramid in which needs are arranged from most basic to most advanced. At the base are physiological needs such as food, water, and sleep, followed by safety needs like security, stability. Above these are love and belonging needs, including relationships and social connection. Then esteem needs, which involve confidence, achievement, and respect from others. And at the top is self-actualization, the drive to realize one's full potential and pursue personal growth, with the central idea being that people generally focus on satisfying lower level needs before progressing to higher ones. So, who is Abraham Maslow? Born in 1908, Abraham Maslow was an American psychologist who was most known for creating the hierarchy of needs, which we'll be covering today. He graduated the University of Wisconsin with a PhD in psychology in 1934 and continued his research in human motivation, potential, and mental health. Instead of studying mental illness like many other psychologists at the time, he studied healthy and successful people like Albert Einstein and Eleanor Roosevelt, using them as examples of individuals who had achieved self-actualization, which helped him develop a more positive and growth-focused understanding of human behavior. Maslow's work became a key part of humanistic psychology, which focuses on personal growth and the belief that people are naturally driven to improve themselves and reach their full potential. His ideas influenced many areas beyond psychology, including education, business, and personal development. And although his theories have been refined and debated over time, they remain widely taught and continue to shape how we understand motivation and human needs today. So here is Maslow's hierarchy. Now, as you can see, these 5 levels of the hierarchy are segregated into 3 different types of needs. We have self-fulfillment needs, psychological needs, and basic needs. Starting at the foundation, our basic needs. These are your physiological and safety needs. We will be recapping on examples of these on the next page. Then we move on to your feeling of belongingness and esteem needs, which are your psychological needs. Then finally, at the top of the pyramid, we have self-actualization, which, as you can see, is your self-fulfillment needs. Notice how the whole concept is set up in the shape of a pyramid, meaning that you must cover the foundation to therefore move on to the next level and the one after that. If you choose to live by this concept, it may be easy to have the illusion that you have one of these bases covered to strive towards self-actualization in the end, but it is imperative that you make sure that you have an entire base completely covered before moving on to the next. If not, I can imagine that's how people are led towards depression, low motivation, and a feeling of uncertainty and being unstable. Let's move on to the examples, first starting off with our basic needs. For our basic needs, physiological needs are things such as air, food and water, and shelter. Absolute foundational needs that if we didn't have these things, we would die either by suffocation, malnutrition, or even by the freezing cold or other elements of the weather. Safety needs are personal security, such as being able to be physically protected and defend yourself. Financial security, such as a job that seems stable, and also health security, such as quality medical care. In terms of belongingness and love needs, these would be things like friendship, intimacy, your family, and an overall sense of connection to yourself and the people in your circle. And respect, self-esteem, and recognition for who you are / the work you do are all esteem needs. Finally is our self-fulfillment needs, which, as we said, were self-actualization. This is where we have everything else set in place so that we can make choices which are derived from our purpose, on which, if you don't know already, should hopefully be recognized or at least meditated on when we have all of our foundational and belonging needs in place to support us. The main two examples of self-actualization would be our ambition to act and make choices to better ourselves, and that we can make choices that are in line with our purpose in life and always keeping it in mind. Why you may want to use this structure in your own life. Using Maslow's hierarchy of needs in your own life can be helpful because it provides a clear and structured way to understand your motivations, priorities, and overall well-being. Developed by Abraham Maslow, the theory explains that human needs are layered, starting with basic physiological needs like food and rest, followed by safety, belonging, esteem, and finally self-actualization. This structure can guide self-reflection by helping you identify which areas of your life may need more attention. For instance, if you feel unmotivated or overwhelmed, the model encourages you to consider whether your basic needs, such as health or financial security, are being properly met before focusing on higher level goals like confidence or personal growth. It also helps with prioritization, reminding you that different needs become more important at different times. So you can set realistic and achievable goals based on your current situation. In addition, the hierarchy promotes self-awareness by encouraging you to think about what truly fulfills you, rather than simply following external expectations, which can lead to more meaningful decisions and a stronger sense of purpose. It can also improve relationships by highlighting the importance of social connection and belonging, encouraging you to invest in friendship and family life. Although the model does not perfectly reflect the complexity of human behavior, it remains a useful and practical framework that can help you better understand yourself, manage your priorities, and work towards a more balanced and fulfilling life.